Abu Bakr radiallahu anh was not as poor as Abu Dharr and Abu Huraira, but he was better than them. And he was not tortured like Hamza and Khabbab, but he was better than them. And he was not injured severely in the battlefield like Ubaidah and Khalid, but he was better than them. And he did not die as a shaheed like Umar and Uthman and Ali, but he was better than them. So what's the secret? Bakr al-Muzani, أحد التابعين, he told us the secret. لم يسبقهم بكثرة صلاة ولا صيام إنما بشيء وقر في قلبه. Abu Bakr did not exceed them with a lot of salat and a lot of siyam, a lot of fasting, but with something that settled in his heart. أعمال القلوب. There is أعمال of the jawarih, and then there are actions of the heart. This is where Abu Bakr radiallahu anh surpassed not the ones we mentioned, everybody. As a matter of fact, we all hear that if there's a scale and the imān of Abu Bakr in one pan and the imān of the whole ummah in another pan, the imān of Abu Bakr is stronger. Allahu Akbar. As we all know, the imān is of three things, right? 3 steps. Saying with the tongue, believing in the heart, and proving it with your actions. All 3 of them combined will make me and you a mu'min. We concentrate a lot on the tongue and on the actions, but we have some deficiency when it comes to what Abu Bakr mastered, the a'mal of the qulub, the actions of the heart. Every ibadah, it has physical manifestation, and it also has the qalb part, the heart part. Like the salat, the ruku' and the sujood, they are the physical actions, but the khushu', which is what makes the salat, is an action of the heart. The siyam, the fasting, the staying away from eating and drinking is the manifestation, but the actual amal of the qalb is to achieve taqwa. It's an amal of the qalb. Hajj, similarly, tawaf, sa'i, rami, all these actions of the body, of the limbs. But the actual thing is ta'zeem sha'airillah, is to venerate the orders of Allah Azza wa Jal. And similarly, raising your hands in the dua and saying all these things are all actions, but actually humbling yourself in the dua is the amal of the heart. And similarly, every single ibadah. So what are the a'mal of the qulub? What are the actions of the heart? The actions of the heart is something I cannot see. I look at you right now, I don't know how much, for example, fear of Allah is an action of the heart. Hubb of Allah is an action of the heart. Khushu' is an action of the heart. Ikhlas is an action of the heart. Sincerity. And I will take this one today quickly, inshallah, because this is the most important amal of the qalb. As a matter of fact, it is one of the 2 conditions for any amal to be accepted. It has to be sincerely for Allah and according to the sunnah of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. If these 2 conditions are not in anything you could cross your mind, in salat, in siyam, in sadaqah, anything, in coming to the masjid today, if I pray 3 rak'ah, it's not according to the sunnah. If I came just to show off, the salat is gone. So it has to be both in order for the amal to be accepted. So let's talk about sincerity quickly. And to mention sincerity, I mentioned a story. We mentioned it before, but inshallah it's good to mention it again. Maslama, one of the greatest soldiers, he once sieged a fortress for the Byzantine for 18 months. So the siege stayed for 18 months, and the Muslim soldiers are getting very tired. So Maslama gathered all the soldiers and he told them, the only way we can win this battle is for one of you to go through this tunnel. There's a tunnel that will get you to the other side. you go through this tunnel and you open the gates for us. Who will go through the tunnel? Nobody. Raise their hand. Nobody knows what's in that tunnel. Who will go through the tunnel? Nobody. And then a masked man, he raised his hand and left. He went through the tunnel. Only Allah knows what's inside that tunnel. Snakes, scorpions, sewage. He went through the tunnel. Long story short, he came from the other side, fought fearlessly, killed all the guards and opened the door for the Muslims. They came in and they became victorious. So naturally, Maslama gathered all the soldiers again. أين صاحب النقب? Who's the man of the tunnel? Nobody. أين صاحب النقب? Where's the man of the tunnel? Nobody. أستحلفك بالله, for the sake of Allah, tell us who you are. Nobody. While Maslama in his tent at night, a masked man came. He said, I have a message from the man of the tunnel. Listen carefully. He has conditions, 3 conditions. If you fulfill them, he will tell you who he is. He said, go ahead. What are the conditions? He said, number 1, you do not praise him in front of all the other soldiers. Number 2, you do not send a letter of recommendation to the Khalifa to honor him. Number 3, you will never treat him different than anybody else. Maslama said, Hadir. So the man took his mask for 2 seconds, showed his face and left. Maslama says, since that night, no qiyam passed except I said, Ya Rabb, احشرني مع صاحب النقب. Ya Allah, gather me with the man of the tunnel. My brothers and sisters, this is what this man did. Everybody after that, you know who you're talking to? I'm the man of the tunnel. He wants everybody to know. If it was one of us, everybody wants to know who's that man. On Facebook, on Twitter, on Instagram, everybody. This is the man of the tunnel. And this is exactly what's happening right now. There's no amal that we do except everybody knows about it. Everywhere. Everybody. In a fraction of a second. We want to tell everybody what we did. Everything. If you can control your ikhlas, bismillah. But I'm telling you, it's extremely hard. Very hard to do something for the sake of Allah and for the sake of pleasing everybody. Ikhlas, ya akhwan, it's a amal of the qalb. That's why when Umar followed Abu Bakr, we're talking about Abu Bakr, what does he do every day after Fajr? He goes to that house we all know and he cleans the apartment, the small room for the woman. She's an older lady. And he thought, who's this man? She doesn't know who he is. How about if she knew it was Amir al-Mu'mineen? She doesn't know who he is. You know why? Allah knows. When we reach this in all our affairs, you are there. When we reach the point that Allah knows, that's all I care about. Whether it's a donation, whether it's I prayed Fajr in Jama'ah, whether it's I went to Umrah, Allah knows. That's all I care about. I helped somebody, I paid somebody's debt without him knowing, Allah knows. Unfortunately, with all the social media era right now, everybody knows. And with the assistance of the shaitan, he wants us to tell everybody about everything that we do. So ya akhwan, let's try as much as we can to try to hide, like when one of the Salaf was asked, define ikhlas or define a mukhlis. He said a mukhlis is the person who hides his good deeds just like we hide our evil deeds. Nobody is going to come here, oh, yesterday I drank, yesterday I committed this. Nobody. We hide those. The mukhlis hide, I donated, I traveled, I supported an orphan, I took care of food. This is what he hides. Subhanallah. اللهم ارزقنا الإخلاص في القول والعمل يا رب. اللهم اجعلنا من المخلصين يا رب العالمين. اللهم احسن ختيمتنا يا رب العالمين. اللهم اجعل آخر كلامنا لا إله إلا الله وتوفنا مسلمين وألحقنا بالصالحين. سبحانك اللهم بحمدك نشهد أن لا إله إلا أنت نستغفرك ونتوب إليك.